Hello and welcome to the short Vort on Parshas Behar-Bechukosai. This week I will give a Dvar Torah on each of the Parshios, and in between I will say a machshava I had this week regarding the tefillah of Tachnun. So the beginning of Parshas Behar, it tells us about Shemitah. And the theme here that I'd like to highlight is proof of God, that Moshe Rabbeinu at this point is presenting commandments at the somewhat incipient stages of the religion now that it's out of Egypt. This is for Judaism. And one of the things that he's telling them is this amazing promise that once you come into Eretz Yisrael and you settle it, you'll have this law called Shemitah, a sabbatical year. You can't grow any crops. It's hefker for anyone to take. So then you would be worried about having enough food for you to eat. And it's different than the way the crops were normally done, is you do 2 years on and then 1 year off so that it gets a chance to rejuvenate the soil, gets the nutrients back after being used to help support whatever the crop is. And here instead we're being told, no, don't worry about the 3-year cycle, go 6 straight years. You'll have enough food from the 6th year to last you until the 7th and the 8th and even possibly into the 9th year of food. And this is a miracle that if it doesn't happen, this religion is going to go bust after 8 years in the cycle. When they don't have food, they're going to say, hey, I'm not doing this anymore. But Hashem delivered on his promise. So that's one proof. And we see that from this week's Parsha. There are several more. One other one from last week's Parsha in Emor. So Emor talked about the Shlosh Regalim, the 3 festivals that Jews from all over Eretz Yisrael, all over the land of Israel, would travel up to 2 weeks each way to Yerushalayim and stay there for the holiday of Pesach, Sukkot, and Shavuos, and then they'd come back another 2 weeks. All the menfolk would go, leaving their fields and the women vulnerable to neighbors and enemies. So, and this is several times a year. If Hashem didn't provide the guarantee to protect the lands and the family, then this religion also would be very vulnerable to people defecting. Obviously, Hashem delivered on this promise. So that's another proof of HaKadosh Baruch Hu that we can see from the Torah that Judaism is divine. So this week I was thinking about during saying Tachnun during this plague time, that Tachnun is a very powerful tefillah that people often want to miss in davening. They celebrate when there's no Tachnun said in shul, but really it's such a powerful tefillah. We should want it to be said every time, and it's important not to be mafsik from Shmona Esrei to talk at all before you go into saying the Tachnun. And I was thinking that, at the end of my Tachnun, since it's such an impactful tefillah, I would have a personal tefillah for the klal at the end of the davening. However, I realized that the tefillah I wanted to make was essentially in the prayer itself, because the words I came up to next were Shomer Yisrael, the guardian of Israel, Shomor She'eretz Yisrael, guard the remnant being those after we've had losses from this plague. V'al Yovad Yisrael ha'omrim Shema Yisrael, don't destroy the nation that says Shema Yisrael. The next pasuk says a similar language about this remnant of Jews, that Hashem should protect us, and that's the tefillah I have. Heading into Bechukosai, I have a thought from the Kedushas Levy, a theme that we've mentioned elsewhere. It says, in Bechukosai telechu v'es mitzvosai tishmeru v'asisim oso. If you'll go in my ways of my laws and you'll do my mitzvahs, you'll guard them and keep them. Nasati gishmechem b'itam. In Perchav Vav pasuk Daled, that it says that, well, then I'll give you the reins in your time. If basically a condition for doing the mitzvahs. But don't we have a rule, schar mitzvah hay amaleka, that we don't get rewarded in this world for the mitzvahs? So Rabbi Levi Yitzchok answers that, just like in Pirkei Avos, it says schar mitzvah, the reward of a mitzvah is a mitzvah. It's mitzvah goreris mitzvah. Mitzvah leads to another mitzvah. When you do the proper thing, when you keep my laws, when you guard my mitzvahs, then I'll provide the rain, and that rain will facilitate you having crops, having time, having money, so you'll be able to do additional mitzvahs. So it's not the reward itself, but it's an opportunity to make other mitzvahs. That's what you're getting when it says, may we be zocha for the end of this magefa, the bias hagoel, and we should keep the mitzvahs and be rewarded with the opportunity to do even more mitzvahs. Thank you. Have a wonderful week and a wonderful Shabbos.